Clear hot.
I think we're good.
Clear hot. I think we're good.
I think we're good.
여러분, 안녕하세요. We're gonna start out doing ASMR.
No, we're not.
Oh, I was getting ready to do ASMR, but hey, what's up? How are you? Welcome to podcast episode 3. We've got what did we get last week? Like 23,000 subscribers or something like that, right?
I think 37,000.
37,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're just so popular. We're like number 2 on YouTube watch list. I'm pretty sure. So.
가자.
맛있어?
가자.
What are we drinking? Dang, we like local Texas wines, right?
I know. We went to
That's crazy.
Cristobal Vineyards in Cristobal.
Yeah. We went to go meet my parents.
San Angelo, Texas.
Right, Cristobal, right outside of San Angelo, Texas. It's like a small town right outside of San Angelo. And they've got a local winery there. It's actually not too damn bad. Pretty
telling
damn.
you, it was one of the best places I've ever been.
One of your favorite places,
States.
huh? Pretty good weekend. They got a lot of good food and good wine. And so this is a blush, right? San Angelo blush. Yeah, anyway, it's a nice little rosé. A little bit sparkly. Yeah, it is a little bit sparkly. I'm not usually a fan of like sparkling wines, but it's not too bad. Salud.
That's what we learned at the vineyards.
We learned how to taste our wine like that, right?
I didn't like it.
Such a wine snob. It's gonna be ridiculous.
I didn't like it.
Oh, let's check the legs.
You gotta show them, babe. Show them how to check the legs. That one is pretty good.
Oh.
That's how you can check the legs, and the more you have, the better wine it is.
It's
right?
actually a pretty decent. Yeah, I mean for it's not a super high end bottle, but pretty damn good, and it's got some legs to it, so the texture is nice. The vibe here today is just gonna be nice and chill and relaxing. If you guys wanna,
I know.
If
A little bit
everybody,
more comfy.
yeah, a little bit more comfy. I'm wearing sweats and it's July, so that's.
I know. I'm wearing football jersey.
Football jersey. Oh, I just noticed your jersey. What kind of jersey you got on there?
I've got a customized
jersey.
Texas
52.
Cowboys football
I really
jersey.
like that number, huh? I'm
With
pretty
52.
partial. Yep. That jersey made a small appearance in vlog episode 2, right? Mm-hmm. You guys want to go check out that?
You can check it out.
Anyway.
What we got?
Yeah, so you want to get started?
Yep. I mean, for this episode,
Yeah.
we've got
We debated
6 to 8.
Yeah, 6 to 8 I'd say. We debated whether doing like a Q&A session. It's a little fun. Maybe we haven't actually in real life
Speak English.
죄송합니다.
It's okay.
Thank you.
I feel you.
In real life, IRL, as they say, on like in real life.
Oh, okay.
That's your English lesson for the day, everybody. So
IRL.
IRL. Anyway, IRL. We may not have asked these questions to each other yet, so this will be interesting. We may have on some of them.
Some of them, but not all of them. So let's get started.
All right, what you got?
Okay. My first question is:
Yes.
do you think can people change?
Do I think people can change, huh? My initial response is hell no. There's a famous saying, tigers don't change their stripes, is a famous saying. The premise of the saying is like, throughout a tiger's life, their stripes always remain the same. And I think that's a general good rule of thumb. I picked up a lot of habits over, this is my 4th decade of life. Habits are hard to break, particularly if they're bad. I think it's very difficult for people to change. Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule, but the exceptions don't make the rule, right? If people genuinely put in a bunch of effort and implement those changed habits on a daily basis, it's possible. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, I don't think, want to put the effort in to change their psychology and their mental makeup and their habits. So overall, it's definitely possible. I just think it's rare, I guess. What do you think? What's your opinion? Do you disagree? Do you agree? And tell me why.
Okay. My answer to that question itself, yes.
Ma'am.
I don't think like people can be fully changed, but maybe partially.
Partially changed.
As long as they are willing to. But like a few days ago, we were listening to a podcast
Yes, ma'am.
on the road, and they were saying like the best way to make your enemies is force them to do something they don't want to do. And I think that's kind of related to that. I don't think like you can change others. Like it's impossible.
Like they're not going to change unless they want to change themselves, right?
First, I don't think people can fully change. Second, I don't think you can change others. But I think people can be changed partially if they're willing to get changed or they're willing to become a better person. But at the same time, like if you think of like natural disposition, I think it's impossible. Because even though like you try to be a better person or different person, especially like when you immediately like react or behave a certain situation, it's gonna be your natural disposition, like that you were born with.
영어 잘해.
You know what I mean?
You're right, yeah.
So to answer that question,
Yes, ma'am.
I think people can be changed.
Oh.
But I think it's just partially. I don't think like people can fully change to be literally different person.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can change your like natural disposition. So yeah, it's kind of yes and no answer.
That's a pretty interesting answer, yeah. But you heard Cypress in there. Our
Wait,
roommate.
what did he do?
I don't know. He made some noise. He's always
Really?
making some noise in there.
Okay.
You know.
I didn't know it was him.
So noisy. Our current roommate, I guess, got back. He's my coworker and fellow member of the government position that I hold.
He's a good person.
Good dude. He's a good dude. Cypress! Hey, buddy! I'm gonna call him. Come out and say hi to everybody in the podcast, dude. Come be respectful, say hi for 5 seconds, and then you can go back to your cave. All right, I'll hang up the phone now. Oh, yeah. And there he is. Say hi to our 23,000 fans. 23 people
Hey,
are...
yo, 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 yo.
23,000 people are watching right now.
Yo, yo,
Your
yo.
hair's fine, just relax.
That was terrible.
Not, oh, well, you said it, not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't
Fantastic.
say anything, though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, fantastic.
Oh, you said nothing.
Can they see me?
I hope so. I hope you're in frame.
Yeah. Good day. Why you rocking my style, bro?
Say what?
You know I have
Oh,
them I have them same pants and I have that same shirt. I
You
should have came out here with
only,
that.
you only got this stuff after you met me, and I influenced
that's
you, and I
not
became your.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true.
This has been just an absolute blast. Now, go away, please.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Thanks for joining us. So, did we kind of wrap up what we were talking about prior to?
Yeah, I think we can go. Your question.
All right, I got a question for you, and a question for everybody else out there. Which do you think is worse, failure or not trying?
Personally,
Not to be too generic, but yeah.
I think not trying is worse. If you take failure, that means like at least you have tried. Failure, you can get failure unless you tried, and that might have been the best decision you could have made at the time. And then there might be some life lessons you have learned through that experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still regret that you did something, but I would still take try, failure, regret over do nothing and regret.
For sure.
Because like if you think of like not trying, you can be trapped in like infinite what if questions. Let's say, oh, what if I've done this? What if I've done that? But those are something like you can't
Questions
really
people don't
answer
Yeah.
yourself. Like what if is impossible. You cannot go back to the past and you cannot change the past. So I'd rather just take that failure. Even if you can imagine the failure when you want to try something, I think you still gotta try if you think it is important. And if it matters to you, I think you still gotta try.
Yeah.
They also say like in the next 20 years, you'll be more disappointed in what you did not than what you did. So I'd rather just try and disappointed than do nothing and regret it later.
Right. I totally agree with you. You basically said everything that I was gonna say. I'll say this. It's kind of my famous saying, right? The amount of people who have become monumental successes throughout the world, everything that they had done and failed at throughout their teens, their childhood, their teens, their 20s, they tried all these different avenues and different jobs and different experiments and projects, and they had failed at the majority of the things that they had attempted. But eventually they found their niche, or they found their calling. They found politics or television or whatever they seem to be talented at. And after like 37 different failures, they finally succeed, and that's all it takes is one hitter to kind of catapult you into success and into your purpose in life. So
Earlier I saw something like saying you should feel uncomfortable for the purpose of growth. You gotta like step out of the comfort zone.
it's a good way to put that. A good, quick, easy way to put that is called you should become comfortable being uncomfortable. If that makes sense. Yeah, it kind of summarizes everything that we've been saying. Next question.
What is your red flag in terms of dating and being in a relationship?
Red flag. Oh, we're getting spicy.
Oh
We're
yeah.
getting a little spicy. This is after dark. I guess it is technically dark outside, huh?
It's time to talk about that.
Oh, geez, red flags when being in a relationship. We kind of touched on a little bit of these topics in the first couple episodes, I think, just because you and I are currently dating. I know I'm on my 30s.
For those who don't know.
Yeah, for those who don't know, we're currently dating. Typically, you're looking for a good person, a good, kind individual, I guess, if you're going to be doing a long-term relationship. So, red flags, rudeness, lack of self-awareness, that could exhibit a red flag, selfishness, Why don't you give me a couple and then we'll kind of continue this. 어떻게 말해? 티키타카? 타카타카바타바? 맞아? Oh, okay. What you got?
Actually, my first one was same as yours.
Which one
Like
exactly?
not being rude and
Yeah.
be polite.
Genuine.
I'm not saying like you have to be polite and respectful to anyone
100%.
or to any strangers, but I'm saying like at the cafe or at the restaurant or at the Uber or to anyone like deserve kindness and who are kind to you, like you gotta give them kindness back.
Yeah.
But whenever I see the person who is disrespectful or being rude and mean, I think it's kind of a red flag. Not just for the dating, but in general.
For sure.
What's your next red flags?
Next red flag. Kind of goes back to the first date. If somebody's on their phone the entire time. I understand this is 2024. People who might be on a first date, like looking at their phone a little bit too often, or not really engaged in the conversation that you're trying to have with them. That would be a red flag for me.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
You feel like you're wasting your time.
For sure. You seem like that individual's not too interested in you or appreciating the effort that you're putting forth for them on a first, second, third date. You gotta show that same level of respect, I guess, towards your significant other. If they're having a conversation, they're talking to you, and whatever's important to them, genuinely paying attention to what the other person, particularly if you care about them, what the other person has to say. I think that's a huge stepping stone to a healthy relationship. So, any other red flags?
I have one more.
One more?
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna say like lying.
Yeah.
It's like the middle of trust. Even if that person like told you the truth, you could be like, what if that's a lie? Or what if that person is still lying to me? Or like there's more like what if questions to you like that left in your mind.
Oh, even if it's uncomfortable, being honest initially is going to help you out a lot because it kind of lays the foundation of like the trust in a relationship going forward. I think for sure, kind of like what you said, even if they are telling the truth the next time or the third time or the fourth time or the fifth, you could always kind of have in the back of your mind like, okay, what if they're lying to me again, this time, kind of like they were the first time. So I don't think there can be any love without trust. So, a stronger foundational aspect of relationship as opposed to just pure love. So yeah, good question. That kind of leads me into another one. Do you think guys and girls can be friends?
But I need a definition of like friends first. I don't know if I can tell their name. Like some
We'll keep them anonymous. We won't call anybody out. But
some 오빠들, like some
right,
like your,
right. Yeah.
like 오빠들, like your 친구들.
한국 친구들. 맞아. And then I've got
Right. Those are some like friends you consider as your friends. So what's your definition of friends?
Definition of friend, just somebody, and I have a high standard, I guess, for whom I would consider a friend, but somebody who like I communicate with not on a daily basis, but often. Like I would go over to their house, we can break bread, have dinner together, or what have you. We can talk about like maybe personal issues if we need advice. And then like, unless dudes are my friends, so I would only go to unless I'm dating somebody. Like I'm not having those conversations or those texts or those phone calls with women. I think for somebody to fully understand me, unless you or my mother, I'm not gonna come to you with any problems or any ask you for advice or anything of that nature. So I keep a very small group of people that I contact, and you and my mom are like the only women I contact. So
I think my standard for friends are a little bit wider than yours, but I think I consider like acquaintance, friends, and close friends. Even if I'm not in a relationship, I didn't contact or have a time to hang out together, just two of us, unless I'm interested in. So I don't think like for me, it's possible to have a like guy friend.
So we agree.
Yeah, but I wasn't saying like in general.
Yeah. Okay.
So
what else you got?
my question is, would you change the past?
Absolutely. Would it change a lot of the positive things that I've got going on in my life? Probably so. I want to change the past, that's for sure, but sometimes what you want and what you need aren't always the same thing. So yeah, I'd want to change the past in a lot of different scenarios, but I want to be selfish as well and say, okay, look, if I go and change the past, you can't take away the positive things that I have in my life either. Obviously, you can't do that though. So if you go and change the past, they have what's called the butterfly effect. So like if a butterfly flaps its wings, if you go back in the past, that it could cause a leaf to blow into like the pathway of an oncoming car, and then that car swerves and like somebody gets hurt or something like that. Like that's kind of the theory behind time travel and the butterfly effect. Answer your question. I want to change the past, but I understand I need not to, and I had to go through the hard stuff just to become the person that I am today. And a lot of great things happened along the way, based off of some of like the difficult decisions that I made in the past. So who knows? Maybe there'd be some individuals, some people that I wouldn't have met had I not made some of the difficult decisions and the perceived mistakes that I made.
Yeah, I think I agree. I wouldn't change my past either.
Wouldn't change your past.
First, I'm just happy that I'm me myself.
Yeah.
And like I always tell you, like everything happens for a reason. And
for sure.
Everything happens for you in a positive way.
Yeah.
There are definitely some time like I could have handled in a better way, or I could have made better decisions in the past.
Yeah.
But I know for sure, like without those time, I couldn't have learned some life lessons that I needed. So I wouldn't change anything. Yeah, I think the past like 24 years have made me now. So any tiny like stuff had changed in the past, I could become a like different person, and I don't want that. So I like that I am who I am right now, and I like how unique person I am right now.
I do too.
So yeah,
Not to
I
be
don't
too
want to
cheesy.
change in the past.
I feel you. That's a good answer. I think we agree on all of that stuff. Shocker, we're gonna agree on a lot of the things that we're talking about here today, but it's good just to kind of refresh my memory of kind of why you think these things, and yeah, you're very articulate. So good job. Handshake. You got room for a couple more?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Let's go to yours.
Okay, here's one. Do you care about what other people think about you? And if so, why? Or are you like one of those people that think, oh, I'm so cool, I'm just going to go do me. I don't really care what other people think.
My answer is a little bit like yes and no.
Okay. Okay.
I think I care about what people think about me or how they view my life. If they're my people, my family, my friends, and people around me.
About this. Yep, for sure.
But if they're beyond that boundary, I wouldn't care at all. Like, you don't know me well enough to say something about me or care about my life.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've told you this, but there is one quote that I really like.
Okay.
From Christian Bale. He says something like, what was it?
Batman
like,
himself, huh?
Yeah, he says something like,
Okay.
if you have a problem, text me. And if you don't have my number, you don't know me well enough to say something about me. Or if you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. And I think that's like the answer. Like, for me, I would take any advice, recommendation, or thoughts, ideas about me or my life seriously if those are coming from my people or people around me, because they know me well. And
sure.
they're saying that for me.
Yeah.
But if those are coming from like people either I don't know well or they don't know me well,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't take care of it like at all. Like, you don't know me well enough to say something about
For
me
sure.
or my life.
I think that's a great way to sum it up, for sure.
So yeah, my answer is kind of yes and no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As much as I've tried over the years, I have not yet beat the human condition to like stop caring about what other individuals think about me. I think I've done a decent job junk already. I think I've done a decent job of kind of filtering out like the individuals whose opinions I don't particularly care about, for sure. But of course, I think it's absolutely like it's vital to your survival and your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being, I think, to put forward a good perception of what other people, think about you, I think. And if you treat people well, I think they're going to have a typically positive opinion. I think if you do a lot of the right things in life, I think if you have a purpose and if you work hard and if you work on getting better and you work on maintaining good physical condition and good mental condition and, all the positive things, I think people are going to want to be around you and they're going to want to associate with you. And you need that. You need that in your survival. We talk a lot about like human cockroach brain. So like what we were thinking about whenever, we were hunting around in tribes way back in the day. And it was historically imperative, meaning like super important, hyper important to your survival. Because if you didn't have like a good social status and you were running around in a group of 150 people and they didn't like you and you were like dead weight, or they thought that you could steal their food or steal their the kill of the animal that they just hunted, they wouldn't share with you. And oftentimes you would get kicked out of the tribe that you were in. And if you got kicked out of the tribe that you were in, 15,000 years ago, you were basically dead. You absolutely needed a good social circle in order to survive. So I think it's baked into our DNA to want to, be well liked by others, or at least those within your tribe. So I 100% agree with you. I think it's super important to put forward a good image for people who are close to you. And kind of like Sir Christian Bale said, like, if you don't have my number, I probably don't particularly care about your opinion all that much. And sometimes my instinct will kick in, and I'll be like, I'm thinking too much about why people either do they like me or do they not like me. But in reality, if I don't know you, I shouldn't care. So I think it's a constant struggle to just kind of remind yourself of that. Right. Because it's just human nature to want to be liked. But yeah, for sure. We agree on that as well. Shocker there.
Of course.
So just full insight, like these mics aren't actually working right now, but we're just kind of using them as props. So we just want everybody to know that. That way we look professional using fake mics right now. Everybody, if you liked what you heard today, if you found anything informative or beneficial for you, just comment down below and let us know. We like having these kind of deep conversations, and this is pretty typical for us, to be honest with you. We're just giving everybody an insight as to kind of the conversations that we have basically every day. So if you liked what you heard, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, and if you disagree with anything that we had to say, please let us know. We're definitely gonna have the time to sit there and comment with you guys and kind of just have that discussion to grow mentally. And we like kind of challenging ourselves and challenging others and being challenged by others as well. Just having those mind expanding conversations. So please let us know down below, and we'll catch you guys next time, huh? Right? What do you got, brother? You got any closing words you'd like to say in our fake microphones? We'd like to talk.
I was gonna say.
I mean, Kyung-un.
I was gonna say.
Mic. Oh.
Yeah, I just love spending time with you and just. Wait, I just love like having a conversation with you.
Right.
Yeah, we just usually talk about all like from A to Z, all the different topics every day.
But you said it like Z, like a British person. Z, right? 미국 사람이니까.
Z.
There we go, good girl.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I just.
So, edit it out. You're a little drunk, huh? Leave that part in there because that's funny.
But yeah, I think sometimes you need to know what others think about the life or how others view the world. And
for sure. To
broaden your perspective and broaden your mindset. What
does Dr. Peterson say? One of his rules in his books, like if you're going to sit down across from somebody to have a conversation, be willing to accept the fact that, I'm paraphrasing, be willing to accept the fact that they might know something that you don't. And be willing to actually learn something from a conversation that you have with it.
Or like vice versa, we can learn something from you guys.
Have that open mind.
I can also learn something from you and vice versa.
Most certainly.
So yeah, and I just hope this episode is insightful, informative, and entertaining for those who are watching this.
같습니다.
And or just come back for episode 4. I guess.
For sure. Anything else? Good. Thank you guys for your time. 다음 시간에 봐요.
안녕.
안녕.